Hi, it is Wing Chun Matrix time. Wing Chun Matrix focus only in Wing Chun technology. So today I'd like to share with you something extremely critical. And once you experience this today, I want you guys to experience it. Once you experience it today, you will know that what is the ancient Chinese when they talk about internal. Okay, not those like the Tai Chi, 形意八卦 internal style 内家拳, but what is the internal development mean? Okay, I want everybody who watch this video to experience that, and once for all, we want to get rid of whatever uh, empty words. We want to get into the real deal which can deliver, okay, which is within Wing Chun. Now, before I share with you that, I like to answer a few questions. The first question is that Wing Chun friends asking me, are you sure that Wing Chun covered the four momentum zone? Well, if we study history, the traditional Chinese martial art of China, we know that prior to General Qi Guang, uh, in majority, the martial art is focused on certain momentum zone only. That's why Qi Guang said you need to fuse and need to be able to cover the top and the bottom. Okay. So after that, it evolved into as what I coined the term for momentum zone. Okay. Now, when you get to the Shaolin short strike scripture, 1784, you can find out in that book is talking about you need to cover the top and the bottom. So he's using, whoever wrote that book, the author who wrote that book is using General Qi Guang concept. Okay, so that's how thing is evolved. Okay, now Wing Chun come after that. So uh, at that period of time, it already evolved that way. It is only today, past 100 years, there are many things distorted or screwed up. And it end up that today, many traditional martial art is fragmented or get into mysterious, magical stuff. Okay? Now, so this is by fact we know it. Okay, we don't talk about Wing Chun is from this part of the Qi Ji Guang, that part of Qi Ji Guang, because a lot of things we don't know, but the direction, the major, the common denominator from different direction we know. That's what we talk about. That's what in my books the Wing Chun Matrix talk about. Okay, because we need to base on certain things, not just we just talk and speculate and argue. Okay, and it is again technology. We want to know what is technology because we want the technology to be able to deliver. It's like you're buying a product. You pay your money. You buy the product which can serve you. You are not buying a product and try to help the company to debug the screw up of that product. Okay, make it clear that way. There is no reason you need to helping the company which you buy the product to debug their screw up. You pay the money, you need to have the product, and you need to have the product serve you. Just the bottom line. Okay. And if you sell the product, you need to give the customer a quality product which deliver meeting the specs and meeting what you claim. Okay. Now, since the beginning of this Wing Chun matrix, first I set up the infrastructure based on impulse momentum theorem and the biomechanics. That way, we have a scientific, objective, realistic platform. And then I share with everybody on this, the impulse momentum generations of the body. Specifically, we get to the very basic of the Wing Chun, which is the stance, the Ma, and we know what is this stance do, and there's three steps in this stance. So that's platform of the fighting part of the Chinese martial arts. Remember, Chinese martial art always saying that in one way it strengthens one body, another way it is be able to defend oneself. So we cover that, the basic of the stance. From that, we cover that how the body and so forth, the impulse momentum theorem. Okay. Now that is the part of fighting, defense yourself. Now we need to go into the strengthen the body part. Otherwise, it's what I said that you're selling a product. You make the claim. Are you going to deliver or not? So after today, I share with you an infrastructure based on impulse momentum theorem, based on the ancient teaching of Wing Chun, mapped into the impulse momentum theorem and the biomechanics, and then the fighting part, which is the basic of the stance and the bows and the handling of the body, the impulse, exchanging the basic of those, which is the fighting part. And then this today I'm going to share with you the strengthen the body part, or make better use of the body part. With this, you have an infrastructure, a basic infrastructure which can be delivered. No longer talk magic, no longer using empty terms. What you see is what you get, and you can build from that. Okay, that's very important, because if you want to really study Wing Chun, that is a must. Otherwise, there is no clear directions or specific we can develop. So today I like to share with you the strengthen the body part. This is actually is what the common saying, externally train uh, the sinews, tendon, and bones. Internally train that the mouthful of breathing. This is what it is. Okay, and for that train the mouthful of breathing, that is what is internal training is about. Notice this is internal training. This is not internal style like this内家外家 stuff, internal art, external art style. Got nothing to do with that. Internal art, external art, that is somebody in the Chinese history make it like a political stuff. Okay, which is really, it is not meaningful in terms of technology. Internal training is technology need to know so that you can get result. Okay. Now, so today we want to get into this development of the body, for both for strengthening of the body and for even healing. Okay, this is the part of the Chinese martial art, a part of the Wing Chun, and that is the synchronizations of the body, the physical, with the breathing. Because if you think about it, if you want to strengthen one's the human body, you really need to have a good training externally on the tendon and the muscle and bone and so forth, the joints, so forth. And internally, you need to breathe properly because breathing is energy. You increase the capacity of your energy or your oxygen intake or your breathing intake, and that changes your body, the physiology. Okay? Now, so whatever we do, okay, I want everybody to follow me to do this because this is the how. Everything have its why, what, how. So why is to strengthen the body. What is externally develop or train the bone, muscle, sinews, and internally train that breathing. And how? This is what I'm showing here is the how, the basic foundation of how. This is the reference. Anything which is violating the basic of this reference is not going to give or deliver result. Okay, so right now let's do this. Okay, I want you to raise your hand this way while squat down. Okay, the leg has to be in this way. Okay, not that easy coming out. Okay, this way. Okay, and while your hand raise up this way, raise this way. Okay, palm up to the sky, facing up to the sky. You going down. Okay, so the body has to go this, and then when you stand up, your hand going down. This hand, notice, do not go over your navel. Okay, so it's from here coming up, and this one not going through your chin, and then this is going down. Okay, not going lower than your navel. Okay, now I want you to do this. That is the body, the proper way of handling the body or the training of the body, the muscles, sinews, and joints in the most basic, very minimum way. Okay, that is the proper way of training the external, which is the muscle, tendon, sinews, bone. Okay, and now we want to fuse this with the breathing. Okay, so I want you to inhale when you when you squat down, when your hand go up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, now you can do as heavy as you want. Okay, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You notice one thing. It is very fluent, smooth breathing with lower abs. Always. Okay? So this is the basic reference of externally train your sinews, muscle, and tendon and bones. Internally train your breathing. So externally train your sinews, muscle, tendon. Internally train your breath. This is the reference. Inhale, exhale. You can feel that. And this is what always put in front when we start to practice a set or at the end of the set. Why? This is to tune your body back to, let it go back to normal, okay? Or let it go back to a good, a proper, energetic state, okay? Energetic state. So inspiring, for example, when you get really, really tired, the ancient Chinese will do this a few times to actually smooth down and get one back to the proper state. So this is what it is. So in our Wing Chun, now these days we do this. Actually, it is not. It is inhale, exhale, inhale. That is what it is. If you look at the Yi Kam Surim Tao Kui. And of course, people can do it this way too. Inhale, exhale. Okay? It follows the same technology. However, doing this as we do today is the easiest, simplest, direct way that you can experience this state. Okay? So that is what it is. And remember, your feet must be this. Not this kind of stuff. If you do this kind of stuff, it's going to stuck. That's why in the Wing Chun Matrix, I'm presenting to you here. Everything has to fit biomechanics, your human biology, and physics. You don't say, oh, because it's my interpretation, it has to be like that. Forget about it. I don't care whose interpretation. It got to be delivering. And if it need to be delivered, then it's better defeating the law of physics, biomechanics, and human body biology, physiology. Okay? So again, do this. You stand this, loose up your body, okay? And then inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Notice that when you stand up, exhale, your butt is actually squeezing itself. The what do you call it? The anal so forth is automatically lifting. Okay, see, inhale, exhale. You don't have to do anything about it. If you want to use your yi or your mind or what the heck to control that, you're stuck. So the first thing is that as soon as your biomechanic is proper and you fuse that with the breathing, as soon as that's proper, everything naturally show up. Because that's nature. It's not using the mind to manipulate stuff and screw the whole thing up. Okay? Now, so I like to share with you this because this is what the ancient, the most fundamental uh, internal art of Qigong, internal development, okay, or Qigong, got nothing to do with Tai Chi, Xingyi, Bagua, or anything. Those are names. Neijia is a name, okay, like a brand name. This is technology, internal development, okay. This is the bottom line. So when we do this, this is called lian. Lian meaning you you train it. Okay, you actually manipulate it. Okay, you manipulate it. You try to help it. This is called lian. And then after the lian, people standing there for a while. You know, like for example, if I do the inhale, exhale a few times, it calm down, everything quiet down. So they stand there for a while, let the body reside in its natural state or settle in the natural state. That's called yang. That's called you grow. So you always have this lian, train or manipulate or helping it, and the yang. You just let it be there, where it settles, it takes care of itself, it circulates by itself. Okay. This is the basic of all Qigong, all Neigong, or all breathing work, or the internal work of the body. Without this understanding, forget about using mind or whatever, try to run the chi or direct the chi. That's BS, okay? If one cannot get this in this 1 minute to get that the entire body tune up and then get it into the state, let it settle and rest and run naturally. Forget about anything about chi and mind and all this kind of stuff. which is now 99.99% of people screwing around with that. Okay, Wing Chun, we don't want that. Okay, this is what it is. So with the impulse momentum theorem and biomechanics, that is the platform, scientific. With the impulse like the Ma, which is explained in other video, how to handle the body like the tackle in the American football analogy and so forth, as the fighting part. This is the strengthen of the body. Okay, this part is a uniqueness of traditional Chinese martial art, where it actually have the technology to tune up the body, to increase the energy without just forcing it. And in here, we know that it synchronizes the action with the respiratory systems to get the maximum or optimize the body and the breathing. Okay, that with these three things, I share with you guys a solid platform. Okay, this type of stuff, all this, the the biomechanics and impulse momentum theorem, the input handling, the fighting part, which is the Ma, the exchange of the input stuff or generating input part, and what today about this, the handling or the strengthening of the body part with the breathing and the movement and the so body and breathing synchronizations or fusion. All this need to be learned in 1 month. Okay, I mean, it can be learned in 1 month anyway. So why the hell we don't learn in 1 month? And then after one, develop the basis of this with the breathing, with the be able to handle inputs, knowing, and our mind thinking clearly, inputs momentum theorem. Then we get to the application parts, the four momentum zone, and keeping develop the uniqueness of the Wing Chun in the second and third zone. Okay, that's how it's supposed to be. What can be done in 1 month? One do not need 10 zillion years going around, and go nowhere. Okay, so what I share with you today actually is the first four of the 613.3 of the six core element. Okay, this is the technology and the theory and the details you can read, like in my books, the basic ancient Wing Chun Queen art and science. The first four element of the six core element, okay, is there. And this is an example how to do it in the most simple way. And of course, when you strike and everything, that it also follow this, but it is on top of this. One need to know this first, okay? And then as for the input momentum, that is belongs to the last two six core element, which is namely the momentum element and the force or the strength or the force element. Okay, so this power the entire six core element. And if you want to know about the details, when I wrote that book, the basic ancient Wing Chun science and art, the bottom line is that I want that to be a reference book so everybody can know what it is. And now everything here you can analyze with it. Okay. Now, another thing is about this standing. Remember, I said stand this way. Okay, and of course you have to handle your joint, your seven bowls. That is in the beginning Wing Chun Queen books. So everything is there. That's why I want this thing to be basic education. There's no lineage. There is no magic. Everything is solid and it can be delivered. It can get into any scientific laboratory to test it out. Okay, because we want scientific. Okay, we want to have a realistic evaluations. And so, like standing this way, how to handle the seven bowls that's in the beginning Wing Chun books. And that's important because you need how to handle your seven bowls. So when people who know this, who have trained in this, the impulse momentum theorem, the impulse generation with the seven bowls and the four handles, and then this is the synchronizations or fusion of the body with the breathing, okay, which will lead to the chi part, the chi channel flow, okay. Then when one, say for example, the practice a Xiulin Tao, they will start this way, okay, and they do their steps. The entire body will move because at every move, it is about what? It is about fusion, the body and the breathing in the same time, handling impulse momentum. So that's why set become useful and alive. It's not a ritual. Okay. So I hope you see that. And if you can get it from my videos here, it's free. If you like to be lazy, like somebody sum up thing for you, then you can read the three of my books is summing up there. Okay. Well, I don't want you to buy my book. Just go through this video and see everything. If you can get it here. If you cannot get it, then you get the book. You pay a price because you don't want to do your note. Okay, those kind of stuff. So this is what I want to leave with you all. Okay, impulse momentum theorem, the impulse generation with your physical body, and all the different ma, state of ma, and so forth. And then the fusions of the body with the breathing. So it deliver to you externally train the body, sinews, bones, internally train the breathing or develop the breathing for the body health part or strengthen body part. And another part for the fighting part for the handle of the impulse momentum. This is what it is, and everything is based on science. Now, the final word I want to give everybody. This is not mine. This is ancestor. I'm just a UPS or the FedEx guy. Say I come back from 1840. I use today's language to present to you. What are they talking about? The idea is to hope that within 1 month you get what I share with you. And then you proceed on your own. It's just like get you to a bachelor degree, bachelor of science degree, and then you can do your grad school. You can do it. You can design a lot of things based on your creativity. Nobody said you need to do this exactly that. The limit is sky high, but you need this basic traditional Chinese martial art. Really know what it is, and then you build from top of it. And here on, don't use the term internal art or this or forget about it. Use the 613.3 because it specifically said what it is and tell us what it is. Use the externally trained bone, sinews, muscle, tendon, and internally train the breathing. And do not use all the ambiguous, confusing words where nobody know what it is and chasing around that for a lifetime. We want result. We don't want those things. And also, a few days ago, I shared with you guys saying that. And actually, this is when I'm in Fatsan, this is what I actually, when we discuss with a few Wing Chun old timer Sifu and other style Sifu, they also remind me. They said, you know, Hendrik, Wing Chun, the ancestor in Red Book, is the person who fight for people. That's why we respect them. We respect Wing Chun because they fight for people for a better life. Okay? We need to have that in our mind. So this is to share with you today.